close my eyes, every time I close my time I close my eyes.
Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? Thank you very much for joining me yet again on another show, guys. This is our pre-match build-up show for Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest at this at City. Is it the City Ground Forest Stadium? I can't bloody remember now. But yeah, we've got an important game today, guys. 3 points is a must. Performances don't matter. It's all about the wins now. We're going to talk about that, but we're going to talk about the Alisson Becker injury first and why we are constantly lied to as fans. I don't get it. But we're going to chat about it. I've got some things I'm going to have to get off my chest and say because it needs to be spoke about. But big up to everyone. Before we start, don't forget to go and smash that like, go and smash it, subscribe, and share if you can. I'd appreciate it. Now, before we start, obviously, there is, I think someone put out a pre-match lineup. Now, if this lineup that's going around is true, we're in trouble because there's a rumours that Joe Gomez is starting in the DM position, and I hope this ain't true. I really hope it ain't true. So, yeah, and Clark starting in midfield. Nah, I don't need to see all that now. Not in the Premier League. So I'm hoping that's not true, but we'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, big up to everyone here. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, we've got a bit to talk about, guys. We have got a bit to talk about. The Alisson Becker stuff again, like news coming out yesterday from Klopp's presser. I think it was the embargo section of the show later in the evening, obviously or later in the day when the press get their time with him. Obviously spoke about Alisson Becker being injured again, but now even longer. So there's no time frame when Becker's going to be back. But Klopp says it's a serious injury. Don't know what the injury is. It's a serious injury. Paul Joyce put out a tweet saying the injury Becker's got is a proper serious injury. It's not a season ender, apparently, but he could be back towards the end of the season. The running. They say the running. I don't know what the running is. Does anyone know what the running is? This is what I don't get. We get lied to constantly, and I've had enough of it. I've had enough of the lying. I've had enough of all the bollocks at our club right now. Gets on my nerves. Can someone explain to me what the running is? And what games are the running? What the hell is the running? That's all I keep hearing from these Liverpool journalists. Alisson will be, it's not season ending, but it will be back for the running. What, the last 3 games, the last 2 games, the last week, the last 5 weeks, the last 6 weeks? What the hell's the running? What is the time frame? Just say it's out for the season, man. Let's just get done with. Let's just say it's out for the season. I don't get it. I'm struggling to understand. I'm struggling to understand what the hell they're running. I mean, what are we? We're in March now. We've just started March. How long have we got? So we've got a couple of months till the end of the season, yeah? So we've got the whole of March, the whole of April, and then what, a couple of games in May. So if he's out till, well, he's obviously not going to be back this month. So if he's not back this month, I think they said before, with Alisson's injury, if I'm correct, guys, didn't they say before that he'd be out for about till the end of the international break? Like, so last week, if I remember rightly, I'm putting my head back to last week. Last week, I swear in the international break, I swear in the press last week, they said that Klopp, that they said Alisson Becker will be back probably after the international break, which is the end of March. Now we're getting told, no, scrap that. He's actually got a serious injury. And it's not season ending, but he might be back for the running. It might be back for the running. And also, we don't know what the fuck the running is. Is the running the last 2 weeks of the season? Is that what we're chatting about? Is it the last 2 weeks of the season? I'm getting sick and tired of it, man. And I'm not like Queven Kelleher's been excellent. So I've got no problem with Kelleher being in goal, guys. I'm not actually too concerned, because if Kelleher keeps up this kind of form, I'm absolutely fine with Kelleher playing the rest of the season. I really am. The issue is, if anything happens to Queven Kelleher, then we have to go to our number 3 goalkeeper. And we all know who our number 3 goalkeeper is, guys, don't we? We all know our number 3 goalkeeper. And let's see how confident we all are then. It's just, God, this is the thing. I don't mind Kelleher playing. Kelleher playing from Liverpool Football Club is actually perfectly fine with me. Absolutely perfectly fine. Not bothered with it, because I like Queven Kelleher. He's a good goalkeeper, and the performance he's showing in right now, he's as good as any Premier League goalkeeper in the league at the moment anyway. So I'm perfectly fine with him playing. The problem is Kelleher's got injuries himself. You know, he's been injured. He does get. We know Kelleher gets injuries. So if Kelleher gets injured, third choice goalkeeper comes in. You know. Yeah, I mean, it's just. Yeah, and Peter Luger's on loan, guys. Peter Luger's on loan, so he ain't going to play. Yeah. It's going to be Adrian. Could you imagine if Liverpool win the Premier League with Adrian in goal on the last day of the season, and we have to win that game to win the Premier League? I'm going to put something to you guys in the chat right now. It goes to the final game of the season. All Liverpool got to do on the last game of the season is win that match against Wolves. They're at Anfield against Wolves, and all Liverpool got to do is make sure they get 3 points and they're Premier League champions for the 23-24 season, yeah? But the problem is Kelleher got injured in the warm-up, and Adrian has to play because Alisson is still not back. He didn't make it. He didn't make the end of the season. They think he's going to play the Europa League final. Let's just put that out there, yeah? How confident is everybody? How confident are all you guys in the chat right now? Let me know. How confident would you all be if Adrian played the last game of the season knowing all Liverpool had to do was get 3 points. How confident would everyone be? You know what I mean? I don't think I would. I'd be surely that confident. Plus, and here's another thing, guys. Here's another thing. We got FA Cup to play still. We've got Premier League games to play still. And we've got Europa League games to play still. Is Kelleher playing all them games? Or have we got to rest Kelleher now? Have we got to rest Kelleher now? Because he's our number one goalkeeper, right? As we speak right now, guys, Caoimhin Kelleher is our number one goalkeeper. And we've still got 3 competitions to play in. God, Jay, you're a wicked man, Jay. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm confident Adrian mess up. Play out, yeah. And this is the thing we got to talk about, playing Keller in league only. You might as well put the dog in goal. I would shit myself. He's still professional, yeah. But we all know Adrian, you know what I'm saying? Big up Casey in the house, they do, man. It don't jinx it. I touched wood, pause, but I was touching wood the whole time. Pause. Big pause, but everyone knows what I mean. Touch wood. Touch wood. It ain't go happen. It ain't go happen. Smash the lights, guys. Exactly. Hit that fun guys. That's the like button. 76 people in here already. We're just starting. Go and make sure you smash that like button. We should be on 70 likes already. Big up Mo off Twitter. Mo, my man. Big up to you, my friend. Big decisions have to be made, Jamie. We have too many obstacles in our way. Exactly, man. Exactly. No balls. Hollywood Rock. Big no pulls there. No pulls. I touch wood most mornings. Cut. It's a Saturday afternoon show, guys. Keep it clean here, you dirty bastards. Oh man. It is so unlucky, though. Like, and here's the thing with Caoimhin Kelleher right now. As I kept saying, I think you guys all agree, we trust him in goal. He's a good goalkeeper. He's actually a very good goalkeeper. And like, if you look at all the Prem goalkeepers right now, I don't think Kelleher's that far behind all the best, really. He's good with his feet. He's good in goal. He makes good shot stopping saves. He comes across. He's a good goalkeeper. He's at a good age now at 25. I trust Kelleher. I'm perfectly fine with Kelleher being our Premier League goalkeeper to the end of the season. I don't know about you guys, but I think you probably are quite confident and happy with Kelleher being in goal in the Premier League till the end of the season if Alisson's not available. The problem is, I think we're going to have to try and keep Kelleher healthy and fit. Now, we've got a Europa League game on Thursday. Guys, yeah? Guess who's been added to the Europa League squad? So Adrian's been added to the Europa League squad, right? Yes or no in the chat, guys? Yes or no in the chat? Do you play Adrian on Thursday in the Europa League against Sparta Prague? Do you play Adrian in the Europa League on Thursday against Sparta Prague in the Europa League? Yes or no in the chat, guys? Yes or no in the chat? How are we feeling? A lot of you saying no. Aaron's saying yes. A lot of you saying no. Yeah, no. Yes. No. My man here says, why are you moaning about Adrian but support FSG? I don't support FSG. I sit in the middle. I keep saying this about everyone. I support Liverpool Football Club. When it comes to this FSG and Klopp stuff, I always say I sit in the middle. There's some things I like about something. There's some things I don't like about something. If they do say it wrong, I come out for them. I said at the beginning of the season, Adrian should have left. I'm not sticking up for him there at all. I already said Adrian should have left. I have no idea why he's playing. I think Peter Luger's on loan. I think Peter Luger's on loan. Put me in goal. But saying that, my friend, Liverpool have Kelleher and Alisson as their two goalkeepers. You know, it's a little unlucky that. Well, we're going to talk about the Alisson injuries, but you got Alisson and Kelleher as you do goalkeepers. There's not many teams that have to be forced to use a third goalkeeper in a season. So that is extremely unlucky. Man City's third goalkeeper is Scott Carson. They barely use him, I don't know. Can anyone name all the other teams' third goalkeepers? They're probably academy players. It's very rare that a team has to go down to their third goalkeeper. So, so it's really hard to put. I know what you're saying, but it's hard to put blame on everything. But I still will retain. Adrian should have left in the summer. There's no doubt about that. In the summer, Adrian should have been shown the door. There's no doubt about that. And then put one of the youth team players as the third choice goalkeeper, maybe a Peter Luger or someone like that. But yeah, I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying. I do understand the FSG stuff, but I can't blame them that Adrian's going to play. That's not their fault. Do you know what I mean? We don't know if Alisson's gone for the season. I don't trust our team with injuries. This is the problem. Do you remember last season, guys, when Jurgen Klopp told us that Bobby Firmino would be out for 2 or 3 games, and we didn't see him for like 3 months? I don't trust what we say anymore. I get like that. I just rather us be a bit more upfront with things. We know if a player gets injured and you find out what the injury is, just tell us fans. Just go to us fans, look, so-and-so has got a grade 3 hamstring. So-and-so might have a grade 3 hamstring. The time frame for a grade 3 hamstring is, 12, I don't know, 10 to 16 weeks. So that player, you guys know, the fans know, I'm telling you right now, he's not going to be back anytime between 10 and 16 weeks. And after that, it's rehab and then back into training and back on the pitch. So that's your time frame. Yeah. And then us fans can sit here and go, we can talk about it and go, right, we know that player's going to be out for a minimum 10 weeks to a maximum 16 weeks. And we can move on and get on with our lives. But every time we have an injury, we get told, yeah, he's doing okay. He's rehabbing, not back on the training field just yet. It's touch and go. We see how we go. And then we talk about that player again for still another 2 months. It's like 2 months ago, you told us he was touch and go. What happened? What happened? It's just the only thing with Alisson I can think about that his hamstring must have fell off the bone, a bit like what happened to was it Harry Kane last season or the year before when he got that really serious hamstring injury. The problem is if it's a really bad hamstring injury. So let's look at Reece James. Reece James keeps getting really bad hamstring injuries to Chelsea, and they keep reoccurring. I think in the end he took the surgery. I'm worried with Alisson that we are not just doing the right thing and just putting him under the knife and getting surgery, because he keeps getting injured all the time. As Alisson Becker, I can't remember, guys. I can't remember with Alisson, guys. Has he ever completed a full season since he's been at Liverpool? Has he ever completed a full season? Has he ever completed a full season? No, he's never completed a full season. I can't remember. I'm trying to rack my brain. and seeing if Alisson's ever completed a full season without injury. I'm trying to rack my brain if Alisson's ever... Right. Was it his first season he was injury-free? Because he had quite a few... He's had quite a few injuries, ain't he? I just can't rack my brain. The years go so quickly, I can't remember everything. You know what I'm saying? I think the first season we had him, he stayed injury-free, didn't he? Was it the first season we had him? And then the following season, he ruptured his Achilles tendon against Norwich on the opening day of the season, didn't he? And he missed 10 games. Then the season after that, he get another little muscle injury. The COVID season, was he fit for the COVID season? Yeah, I can't remember. I can't bloody remember. It just seems to always get... It just seems to get quite a lot of muscle injuries for a goalkeeper. I don't know how a goalkeeper get hamstrings injuries either. It's so random. It just seems to be so random. Yeah, like we've got a goalkeeper who's out for quite a long time now with a hamstring injury when they don't run. You know, they don't. It's not like he's sprinting everywhere and running everywhere. You know, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. I can't remember because the years go so quickly, guys. Everything like last year and this year just seems to be the same bloody, like, it just goes so quickly. I can't remember. Yeah, he gets quite a few muscle injuries. And my worry of Alisson is that muscle injuries continue kind of happening with him. How old is Alisson Becker now? 30, 31, 32? I can't remember how old Alisson is. And my worry is that he's going to continue getting muscle injuries. And I think the club have got to really take a serious look on it. You know, what are we doing that causes Alisson to get injuries? The club have got to have a look. What's he doing in training? Is it the way he kicks a ball? Is the way he kicks a ball? You know, is he tweaking his muscles? I know this one he slipped, didn't he? Did he slip and get a muscle injury? But man, I'm nowhere near as fit as Alisson Becker, and I slip all the time, and I don't get a muscle injury. I just don't. There's obviously something not quite right with his body. You know, there's obviously something not right with his body. But is he 31? So at 31. He's had a serious muscle injury now. And look, this muscle injury he's got right now is obviously very serious because he's going to be out for quite a long time. You know, and he's our goalkeeper. You know, he's been out since February. He's not going to play the whole of March. Then he's probably going to play sometime in April, maybe towards the end of April. I don't know, because we just get told he'd be back for the running. You know, Paul Joyce tweeted it out and said, if Alisson Becker's injury is a serious one, it may be not season over injury, but he might with quotations be back for the running, whatever the fucking running is. You know, what is the running? I wish people just go, right, but for every div out there, for every donut out there, this is what we mean by the running, this particular date. What the poxy hell is the running? The running could be now. Literally, right this second, right now, where we sit right now, it could be, that could be the running. That could be the, like, we're in March. I mean, usually I think run-ins are usually like the end of April, I would say. That's what the running usually is, isn't it? The end of April. So if we're talking about Alisson Becker being out for the whole of March and coming back at the end of April, I don't know if you can put him back in the team for the last few games of the season. I don't know if you can put him back in the team for the last few games of the season. I think that might be a risk. Might be a... let's talk about this one, guys. Let's talk about this one. Who said I've got more cushion than Alisson Becker? You cheeky bastards. Yeah, because Jamie's got more cushion. You cheeky bastards. You cheeky little gits. You know, cheeky bastards. More cushion. The things I have to put up with on here. Did you? Well, at least you're owning up to it. The cheekiness of it all. The cheekiness of it all. More cushion. How dare you? It's relaxed muscle. You know it is. You know it is. 10 years ago, rock hard abs. 10 years later, 3 kids later. Yeah, it's more, it's stress. This is called stress muscle. If you don't know what a stress muscle is, go and check a stress muscle. That's what all this is. It's stress. All head to toe is stress, guys. Oh man. But my thing with Alisson, guys, if we can't laugh, we can, you know what I mean? We've got to laugh. My thing with Alisson, guys, is that say Kelleher's in great form, yeah? Love handles. Say Kelleher's in great form. But you know, love it. No one's holding my love handles. Let me hang on. Let me just put this to you right now. Let me just put everything to you right now. No one's standing behind me holding my love handles. Can I just put that right out there right now? No, no one is standing behind Jamie and holding my love handles. We're not getting down to that. You guys are a nightmare. You know that, yeah? you guys are a nightmare. I love you all, though. I love you. Chat has gone, man. You guys are an absolute nightmare. But with the Kelleher stuff, guys, with the Kelleher stuff, with say Kelleher's in great form, yeah. Say Kelleher's in great form. He's doing really well. He's in great form. Liverpool are doing well, yeah. But Alisson Becker's back fit. We're sort of at the end of April. Liverpool going for this Premier League still. They're still in the title hunt. They're probably still top of the league, whatever. Really fighting for this title, yeah. And Alisson Becker is fit again. And Klopp's got the. Would you put Alisson? This might be a weird question because we regard Alisson Becker as the best goalkeeper in the world, and rightly so. What he's done for the last few years is head and shoulders above everyone, in my opinion. But so this might be a weird question to ask you guys. But at the end of April, Liverpool are doing well. Kelleher's doing well. Alisson Becker is back fit. He's match fit. He's ready to go. He's ready to rock and roll. Do you put him back in the team? Do you put him back in the team, or do you go, right, Kelleher, you've done this now you've been doing bits, absolute bits, and we've got a few games left of the season. You got a few games left of the season. Kelleher's been cold. Alisson's been cold. He hasn't played for like 2 and a bit months. Alisson hasn't played for 2 and a bit months, and we're going for this Premier League title. Yes, Alisson's a better goalkeeper, but he's cold. Do you worry that he could make a mistake, and do you just keep with Kelleher? That's the interesting one. That's the interesting one. I would probably keep with Kelleher, you know, and play it. And like, if we're in Europe still, maybe play Alisson in Europe games. If he's that's the interesting one. I feel with all this going on, really is. But yeah, big up to everyone in the chat. You absolute diamonds. We've had a laugh right now, but. Yeah, Alisson is world class. Kelleher ain't yet. Oh yeah, exactly. But I'm just like, if Kelleher's playing really well, do you want to rock the boat a little bit? And you know, because Alisson hasn't, you know, he hasn't played football for like 2 and a bit months, and you know, you got a few games left, or do you just go, Ali, sit this out now, sit this out, man. Queven's got this. He's doing well. Don't want to rock the boat. It is an interesting one, you know. It's a good debate to have if it happens. If we come to that time, you know, and we come to the end of April and like Alisson's back fit, but Liverpool are still fighting on everything. Do you rock the boat? I don't know. It's a good debate to have, though. You know, Alisson Becker, as we know, is world class. He has made mistakes this season, you know. The Arsenal and City game away from home, I don't think he was particularly great in them games, you know. And but he's still the best goalkeeper in the world. But bringing him back out the cold could be a bit of a gamble, even on the best player in the world. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's an interesting time, but we'll come to it when we come to it, guys, because, yeah, that's you know, that's then. We all see, like right now, I'd probably say put Alisson back in goal. Do you know what I mean? Right now, I'd probably go, yeah, put Alisson back in because he is Alisson Becker. But we could get to the end of April and we could think differently by then because depending on how well Kelleher's done. And fingers crossed, Kelleher keeps doing well because he's proven to people at the moment. But I like that the fact we've got two very good goalkeepers. You know, we've got a world-class goalkeeper in Alisson Becker, obviously, unfortunately injured. And we're going to have a chat about it. You know, hopefully these injuries don't continue next season because next season we could. I don't want to have conversations about Alisson Becker that I don't really want to have. You know, I put something in the Coppish chat yesterday as a bit of a joke. I was only messing around. I didn't mean it. But I don't want to have conversations that I don't really want to have. Do you know what I mean? If Alisson having this serious hamstring injury, a muscle injury, he's struggling to come back, and he's in his 30s now, I don't want to have that conversation. Do you know what I mean? I do not want to have that conversation. We're seeing it with Salah right now. You know, so we had Klopp's press conference yesterday. The good news is Endo looks like he's training. He trained yesterday, I believe. Szoboszlai and Darwin trained. Robbo's back as well because he had a bit of flu, I believe. So he's back as well. That's great to have them players back, especially Szoboszlai, especially Darwin Núñez. And then he's mentioned Mo Salah, and they're hoping Mo Salah's not far away. I think Mo's meant to be training again next week. Let's see how Mo trains. He might be back for the game. If Mo's available for Thursday, because we need Mo against Man City, in my opinion, because that Man City game's massive. If Mo is available and training on Tuesday and Wednesday, I'd play Mo on Thursday just to get him some match sharpness. Maybe give him 30 minutes towards the end of the game, 20, 30 minutes coming off the bench on Thursday night just to get him some match sharpness. And then from Sunday, I'd play him because we're going to need these players on the running, man. We're going to have to be clever. We're going to have to rotate quite a bit now this season. We need Darwin fresh. We need Mo fresh. We need them two especially fit till the end of the season because, you know, Mo's our goal scorer. Darwin's a goal scorer. He's a creator. He's quick. He causes issues. He's tremendous. I don't think Liverpool look as good up front without Darwin Núñez in the team. It's just my opinion. I don't think we look as threatening without Darwin Núñez in the team. Cody Gakpo. I don't want to call him the other name. Cody Gakpo. He needs a confidence hit, man. He needs confidence. And Luis Diaz, you know. So with them all fit against Man City, I'd play Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, and Mo Salah. That would be my front three against Man City. So it's important they come back, stay fit, stay healthy. And John Atkinberg can go for Prague. Yeah, Alisson has a massive aura about him. That's why I love the guy, man. Best in the world, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I did, man. Yeah, Endo's proper, man. This is what I'm saying. His legs were hurting. I think he said, like, his legs were hurting. He could feel his hamstrings and all that, like, popping. He's went, no, a bit down on my gum shield, basically, and went, I'm doing it for the club. You know, I love Endo, man. He's a warrior, man. He gives you 100%. He might not be the best player in the world. He might not be the best. He's not even the best player in our team. He's not even our best midfielder. But what I like about Wataru Endo, that he gives everything he's got. He gives every ounce of ability that he's got. He leaves it out there on the pitch. And if you can do that, for me, you're a good footballer. You know, if you can do that, for me, you're a good footballer. And that's what I love about Wataru Endo. Yeah, I saw the rumours about Salah being offered a new contract. Look, I'm going to get to this now. I'll talk about it now because Paul's put it in the chat. Big up to Paul. I'll do another video on it maybe tomorrow or on Monday, but I'll chat about it now because Paul's put it in the chat. So there's rumours that Liverpool are looking at centre backs and wingers in the summer, which I think could be the case. I think we need another centre back because Joe Matip's going. You sign Virgil van Dijk up to a new contract. You got Virgil, Kanate, Kwanzaa, and the brand new centre back, and then you got Joe Gomez, who can float around there as well. And you got Robbo and Tsimikas and Connor and Trent. Yeah, and then that's our defence sorted. Don't need to touch it after that. The winger situation's interesting though, because I think we lack a little bit of pace up front these days. I don't know about you guys in chat. I don't know if you agree. I literally think we lack a little bit of pace up front these days. If Darwin and Mo are not playing, you know, Elliott's not quick enough. Diaz is not quick enough. Gakpo's not quick enough. They like balls to feet. Pulls. They like ball to feet. You know, they come towards the ball. We don't stretch the opposition. So when Darwin plays the most, they stretch the opposition. They like to get in behind. Yeah. When them two don't play, we don't seem to have that cut-in thrust up front, you know, where we can play them quick direct balls in transition and play the quick one over the top to stretch the opposition and get in behind. That disappears when you play Elliott, Gakpo and Luis Diaz because they haven't got the pace. Big up John Conway in the chat. So I feel like Liverpool need that pace in their team. So I do feel like the player that will leave us next season will be Luis Diaz, man. I think Luis Diaz, I don't know if he's completely settled at Liverpool. I don't know if he's completely, utterly settled at the absolute best. But when I look at Cody Gakpo, I know like a lot of Liverpool fans would rather Cody Gakpo left than Luis Diaz, and I can understand that, guys. I really can. But when I look at the profile player, Cody Gakpo, I think is quite a bit younger than Luis Diaz. So if you go lose a player, then it's going to be Luis Diaz. And my kids are screaming outside my door. I do apologise if you can hear them. Cody Gakpo would be the player I would probably keep because he's younger and there's more to his game. And Luis Diaz, the one you probably let go. But if you're getting another winger in, you need to let one of them go. One of them's got to go. Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me just sort my kid out a second. Guys, let me know in the chat who you'd rather let go. Cody Gakpo or Luis Diaz. Let me know in the chat. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I do apologise. Nick said both. Oh. If someone offered me the right money, I'd let Gakpo go, no lie. I hear that. Gakpo. Fair dues, guys. On a business point of view, I'd probably let Diaz go because he's older. But I understand why you'd say The thing with Cody Gakpo, Cody Gakpo is more versatile. They can play left wing, play right wing, play through the middle, and he can play in midfield as well, which I keep saying it and I'll keep saying till I'm blue in the face. I guarantee you, in a few years' time, Cody Gakpo will be a midfielder. He just screams to me a midfielder. He really does. He's got all the attributes to be a midfielder. He actually plays his best for Liverpool when he runs from deep, from a midfield position. If you watch him against Southampton, when Cody Gakpo was playing in the number 9 position, waiting for the ball to come to him, he was non-existent. When Cody Gakpo went into a deep position into midfield and got the ball, what about that turn on the halfway line? When he turned on the halfway line and no player could get near him and he just went right through the middle of the team, just went right through. He's literally better in a deeper position, Cody Gakpo. He's got all the attributes for it. Playing up top, Cody's not good enough. He hasn't got the positioning qualities. Yeah. But in midfield, he's a much better player. I'm telling you. Well, Cody is a 10. You know, play Gakpo as that floating 10. where he can get involved in the game a lot more. I think that'll suit him, man. I think that'll suit him. But he might not be suited to play a Liverpool role there. That's the thing. But, Jurgen Klopp's not going to be our manager next season. We're going to have a different guy in charge. And the different guy in charge might see Cody as a different kind of player. Do you know what I mean? Might just go, right, Cody, you're a left wing. I'm going to play you left wing. But for me, Gakpo hasn't got the pace to play in the wide areas in a Jurgen Klopp forward team. That's why I'm always surprised we bought him in a way, because he just ain't got that pace. Luis Diaz, he hasn't got the pace he once was, but he's quicker than Gakpo, and he has got that trickery where he can go in and out. He can go left foot, right foot. He can take a defender both ways. So I do like that about Luis Diaz. As a player, as an actual footballer, I'd rather keep Luis Diaz, because as an actual footballer, he's a better footballer than Cody Gakpo. But because Cody's young, what is Cody, 23, 24? Because he's young and he's versatile, I see him being kept over Luis Diaz, in my opinion. But it's interesting, this winger talk, because I do think we'll buy one. I can't remember the guy's name from Brighton. Not Brighton. Matoma, is it? Is it Matoma? He'd be one I'd be interested in, but I don't know how much it'd cost you. I don't know how much Matoma will cost you from Brighton. I really have no idea. Probably about 70 million, probably. Brighton, this is Brighton we're talking about. They sell players, man. So you're probably looking at 70 million from Matoma. He's 24. Big up, Victor. Say he's only 24, and I think Luis Diaz is going to be 27 next season, isn't he? So, yeah, you're letting Diaz go, aren't you? You're letting Diaz go. He's the same age as Diaz. Nah, get out of here. Is he? Wow. I thought there was an age. Gakpo looks young, don't it? Maybe that's what it is. Diaz looks a little older, don't he? Maybe it's that in. Let me have a look. I didn't know that. I'm just going on. I thought Gakpo was young, man. I thought he was younger. I did not know. Cody Gakpo is 24. Cody Gakpo is 24. And Luis Diaz is, let's have a look. Luis Diaz, where are you? Luis Diaz was born in 1997. So that would make him 27, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? What? Or 24. Yeah, make him 27. It'd be 27 in January. Yeah. So Luis Diaz will be 27 in January. Okay. All right. Okay. So there's not much in it, actually. I thought there was I thought Cody was 22, 23. So, yeah. He could be 40. Yeah. So there ain't too much in it. Oh, you're talking about Matoma. Oh, is Matoma the same age? Get out of here. Is he 27? Bloody hell. Matoma don't look that old, does he? All right, forget Matoma in. Give me some wingers in the chat, guys. See, I'm not a big fan on Kevin. I'm not a big fan on Kevin. I think he had one good year, and I think he got a bit overhyped. Like, who's the strike partner at Napoli? Who's the striker at Napoli? It's well overrated. Oshman, yeah, well overrated. Yeah, Rodrigo, I just don't. Nico Williams. Yeah, I think Liverpool been linked to him. Was it yesterday, Vic? I think Liverpool were linked to him. I like him. I like him. I like a lot of Liverpool fans don't like. I think if you actually look at his stats this season, he's missed 2.5 months of football and he plays for Brentford. His stats ain't actually that bad. Go and look at his stats this season, Brian Barmo's stats. They're not actually that bad. He's missed 2.5 months of football and he plays for Brentford, sorry. A lower, a team that's going to try and just stay up every year. His stats ain't actually that bad. I think you remember Jota's stats weren't amazing at Wolves. Then you put him in a Liverpool team and he becomes a better footballer. Maybe that's the one, man. Maybe that's the one. Joanne Bakayoko. Yeah. PSC, ain't he? No, I think Coutinho's done as a footballer, my friend. I think he's done. Rafael Leao. If I actually say what I think of I don't know. I know Rafael Leao is rated. I don't rate him that high. I don't know what it is about him. It's just every time I watch him, guys. See, I'm just going when I watch him personally. When I watch Leao personally, when every time there's a game on and he's playing, I watch and I'm watching. He runs a lot. He's quick. He takes players on. But every time I watch him, his end product's terrible. I'm not sure. It might be when the games I'm watching with him. There might be other games where he's lighting it up and he looks fucking amazing. But I'm not watching him games when he does that. So I can only go what I've seen of him. And every time I watch him, I don't understand the hype. But it might be just me, man. It might just be me. KZ says it as well. He's too inconsistent. But that's a very good player, in my opinion. Yeah, I think he would be. Can you imagine him coming off the bench as squad rotation? He wouldn't be a first team forward. I mean, Liverpool's first team forwards are pretty obvious. You know, if you go and make, it's Jota. Liverpool's best front three is Jota, Darwin, Mo Salah. Without a shadow of a doubt. That is Liverpool's best front three. Nothing touches that. Jota, Darwin, Mo. Bang, done. There you go. But, someone like Mbamo off the bench, someone like him off the bench with his pace and his trickery. He's got an eye for goal. He can create a goal. Someone like that off the bench would be, really talented little player. Very underrated because he plays for where he plays. Yeah, Rodrigo ain't leaving Real Madrid. No, I agree. Xavi Simons, yeah, he's a good player. I like Xavi Simons. Verts, yeah. I don't think you're going to get him out of Leverkusen. Yeah, Xavi Simons is a good player, man. I like Xavi Simons. Bianca 35. Yeah, Matoma would cost you 70 to 80 million. Leo's a baller, but it cost a bomb. Yeah. It's weird, ain't it? So I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people that are a bit 50-50 on him. Yeah, see the Neto thing, right? I'm with you on the Neto. I think we all agree on Pedro Neto, yeah? If you go buy a winger from the Premier League, is probably Pedro Neto. My only problem with this, honestly, and I'm with you, is the injuries. And my daughter is crying outside because she's probably been told off. And but Pedro Neto is probably the one I would go and buy. That's the one I would go and buy. But it's injuries, man. It's his injuries, and he gets injured a lot for Wolves. Can you imagine him playing for Liverpool at this moment in time? If he was injury free, if he never had injury problems, obviously them knee injuries he had were horrible. If he never had all these injury problems, he wouldn't be at Wolves now, in my opinion. I don't think he'd be at Wolves right now if he didn't have these knee injuries. Hang on 1 second, guys. 1 second. Yeah, he wouldn't have, in my opinion, but it's a gamble. Isaac, I'm not a big Isaac fan, I think I said it on a video a couple of videos back about Alexander Isaac. I think he's a talented player and a very clinical finisher. I just don't think he does enough in games. He gets taken off a lot for Newcastle. He gets substituted a lot at Newcastle. And a man as good as a finisher he is should never be coming off the pitch. And they sub him a lot because he's non-existent in games. He doesn't do enough. He's one of them strikers who's like, just get the ball to me and I'll score sort of thing. But he doesn't do enough in the build-up, in the play. You don't see him for a lot of the games. And he gets subbed a lot. But he's a deadly finisher. A deadly finisher. deadly, man. Absolutely deadly. I think we're at 3:00, man. We're at 3:00. Yeah, deadly finisher. But thinking about his game, man, I just Linders needs a Gakpo. Big up Pep Linders, though. We need to start bigging up Pep Linders a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not the only one who sees that. Then. Yeah, Isaac is a finisher, and that's it. Yeah, he's a deadly finisher. No one is going. No one. I don't know any. No one is going to criticise Isaac for that. Isaac is a cold finisher, man. He's clinical. You know, one chance, usually one goal. He's super clinical. Great finisher. He just a bit. He's just a bit quiet in games for me. He doesn't, do enough for me. I don't think there's a great load of wingers. Yeah, I'm with it. I don't think there's a lot of very good wingers. I think with wingers today, I think there's a lot of very good wingers in Europe, and I think there's a lot of good wingers you can pick up that don't cost a lot of money that people mainly not giving attention to because they're not fashionable or not a big name or something like that, and no one's taken any notice of them. And there's loads of good ones out there. You know what Liverpool want is someone quick, tricky, and has got end product. Because I keep saying this, wingers in today's football are forwards. You know, they're not wingers of old where they play right-sided midfield and left-sided midfield. You know, like Ryan Giggs and David Beckham, they weren't forwards. They were right-sided midfielders and left-sided midfielders. You know, old-fashioned wingers in a 4-4-2. Wingers today play 4-3-3. They play high up. They're attacking. They're forwards. And if you have a winger in today's football that has no GA, no goals and assists, there's shit. Because what you contributing to, you need to contribute if you're going to be a winger today in today's football. You really do. You really, really do. You got to be contributing in some form of GA. You've got to. You don't always have to be the goal scorer, but if you're creating loads of chances as that winger and getting loads of assists, then you do the job. But there's too many wingers at the moment around Europe as well that just don't do anything. They look good on the ball. They get the ball. They run. They take players on, and then nothing. You know, and they do it again. They get the ball. They take players on. Everyone loves watching them. They're like, oh, my God, this player is amazing. They're taking player on, taking player on, taking player on, going around everyone. You can't touch him. And then you look at what they do in the final third, and no goals, no assists, no goal creations. And it's like, it's not what I want. You know what I mean? You know, that's not what I want. It's gonna be, it's gonna be interesting though. Everything's gonna be interesting. The whole what we do this summer with wingers. Yeah, Kubu's. I like Kubu, but didn't he just sign a new deal with Sociedad? I think he just signed a new deal, didn't he? That cost you a fortune, man. I think that's the issue. Well, in today's game, KZ, if you're playing 4-3-3 and wingers are playing up top as forwards, they need to contribute to G&A, don't they? You know, you got to have something. You got to be doing something at that final third. For me, you really have. You got to create something. As I said, if it, it's not. They're not. It depends. It depends how you want to play. I suppose if you're playing more of a 4-2-3-1, then if you're playing that kind of way, maybe your wide players are more, not meant to like get that goals and assists. Like for Liverpool, our wingers have to contribute. Yeah, we all agree with that. Our wingers have to contribute in GA. That's what they have to do because the way we play with 3 forwards, right? Our wide players are forwards, so they have to play. All depends on the system and setup, I suppose. But from a Liverpool point of view, if Liverpool carry on playing 4-3-3 under the new manager, it all depends, man. Under Jurgen Klopp, let's just put it this way. If Jurgen Klopp stayed at Liverpool for the next few years, our wide players have to be contributing, but it all depends. All depends. That's why I'm not really a big fan of that geezer from Napoli. I'm just not. I'm just not a big fan of him. Not a big fan. I prefer Musiala. If I'm going to buy anyone, I'd probably buy Musiala, and play him on the left wing. He cook. Musiala's probably the player I'd buy. If there's someone I could buy, I'd probably play Musiala left wing and buy Musiala from Bayern Munich. What I like about Musiala, he's got all the tricks in the trade. He can take players on. He's got great balance, but he's also got that thing at the end of it. He sets up or he scores. He creates for others. He can create goal scoring opportunities, or he can score a goal himself. We saw it last night with him. That's what I like about Musiala. He reminds me a bit of Eden Hazard, I think, when you watch Musiala play. But yeah, I'd rather him. Is it Kashvili or whatever his name is? I can't remember his name. Yeah, I'd rather him. Yeah, I'd rather him. Big up the supporter. Big up to you, my friend. Big up to you. Hope you're doing good. Imagine Forest bringing on Origi today and he scores against us. Oh, God. Vic, now you've said it. I can see it. But it could be a consolation goal because we'll be 4-0 up at the time. Yeah, we'll be 4-0 up at the time. Right, let's talk about the team today, guys. So we obviously got Nottingham Forest away from home today. We've obviously got Nottingham Forest away from home. Interesting game. Right, this game is huge. This game is massive to Liverpool's season because Arsenal got Brentford. Sorry, Arsenal got Sheffield United away on Monday Night Football. So you got to feel like Arsenal will go absolutely smash the granny out of Arsenal, yeah, at Sheffield United. Absolutely smash the granny out of them. So they're probably going to win 4 or 5-0 against Sheffield United, yeah. Liverpool have to win this game, man. Man City have got Man United tomorrow. Now, Man United are dog shit, but I don't particularly think Man City are that great. Now, we could get a shock and United do something. Who knows? I've seen things happen like that before. Will they win? That it. But you never know. You never know. So this game is massive for Liverpool. We need to win. We just have to win this game. I don't care about performance. I don't care how good we look. I really don't care about the performance right now. Look, if we perform really well and we win, oh yeah, sweet, great. If we don't perform and we still win, sweet, great. I don't really care right now. I really couldn't give it a toss right now. As long as we win a game of football, that's all that matters. That is literally all that matters to me. Win a game of football. And this game's massive, as I said. We got Man City next week. We got Sparta Prague on Thursday. This game is huge. Absolutely huge. Now we're going away to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, I've got some players that are very good in the attack. You've got Alanga and Tuoni, who are big, strong, and quick on that counter attack and will cause us some problems. But Nottingham Forest is 17th in the Premier League here, guys. We're top. They've got some good players, but they're not great. That's why they're 17th in the Premier League. Liverpool should go in and put in a masterclass on. Now, we know what Nuno Espirito's going to do. He's probably going to sit them back in the back five, have them quite protected. Liverpool go have a lot of the ball, and it's about Liverpool breaking them down, and then they're going to counter-attack on us when they get space. That's what Nottingham Forest going to do today. Sit back with a back five. Liverpool have all the possession. If Liverpool make any mistakes, Nottingham Forest will try and capitalise on that and counter on that with their pace going forward and try and get a shitty 1-0 win. So that's what Nottingham Forest, that's how they're going to set up today. So Liverpool got to make sure they look after the ball really well and keep possession really well, and we can win this game. Arsenal got some easy Premier League games coming up. Arsenal got Sheffield United, Brentford and Luton in their next 3 Premier League games, yeah? And 2 of them are at home. They're at home to Brentford, they're at home to Luton. I believe that's their next 3. And they got Man City in there as well, won't they? So they got some easy games coming up, Arsenal. So Liverpool need to win these games. They need to beat Forest and they need to beat City. If we beat Forest today, keep everyone fit, players coming back, and then we go into that Man City game with Salah back in it, I think we beat Man City. I really do. I think we beat Man City. So it's going to be interesting how we set up today. Now, I've seen rumours of how we set up on online. I don't think it's going to be I don't think we're going to play quite that way. I don't think we're going to have quite. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's not that lineup that I've seen. So the midfield I've seen for this game today is Joe Gomez in the 6, McAllister, and Bobby Clark. That's the midfield I've seen today for Liverpool. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that's not the case because you're playing a centre back as DM. You're playing McAllister, obviously you should play, and you're relying on a young player in Bobby Clark to come in and perform away from home in a difficult ground. That's difficult, man. That's really, really difficult. So I'm hoping that ain't the case. Endo didn't play the cup game. Is Taro Endo fit? You got to put him in, man. You got to put him in. I'm hoping that's not the case. Let's hope it ain't. Personally, if I don't mind Bobby Clark playing if you played Endo and McAllister. If you played Endo and McAllister, I don't mind you playing Bobby Clark because he's an actual midfielder, but he's just a young guy. And you're asking him to do a lot in a difficult away games of Nottingham Forest at a difficult ground. Putting Gomez in there in that midfield who's a centre back, it just don't fill me with confidence, man. It really don't. But if you played Endo and McAllister and Clark, I can be on board with that. But it's the forward thing it's the forward area as well. Like, do you just put Darwin straight back in? Or do you go with Elliott, Gakpo and Diaz again? No, I'd take Clark out. Here's what I would actually do if I'm Liverpool. Fuck this shit. This is what I would do if I'm Liverpool. Play Endo, McAllister and Harvey Elliott in midfield. And then play Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo and Dan's up front. I bet Jaden Dan scores if he plays today. I bet he gets an opportunity and scores. He's on a high, man. He just got 2 goals in the FA Cup. He obviously looks like a finisher. He's got very good movement. We saw him come on against Luton, and he looked good when he came on against Luton. He played really well against Southampton. He's a finisher. Get Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo around him, set him up, get crosses into the box, and set Jaden Dan's up. Why not? Yeah, why not, man? Jaden Dan's is put him in, man. Put him in. You know, I think Jaden Dan's would be a goal threat today. I really do. And in that way, I can get a better midfield. That way, I can get a more solid midfield. You know, Javier, Endo, and McAllister would be a far better midfield than McAllister, Joe Gomez, and Bobby Clark, wouldn't it? And then I don't have to use Elliott in the forward area. I can put him into midfield. I can put Jaden Danson into that forward area and play Gakpo and Diaz around him. That's how I would do it. I'm hoping, because this is the rumoured lineup. That's the rumoured lineup. Jesus Christ. Apparently, that's the rumoured lineup. So the midfield would be Gomez, Clark, and McAllister. No, Clark, McAllister, Harvey, Diaz, Gakpo. But that's not the rumoured lineup. What's the rumoured lineup? It's the one with has anyone got the rumoured lineup? That's a decent lineup James has got there. He's going Diaz, Gakpo, Bradley, and Harvey, McAllister, and Clark. Yeah, that's better because you keep Gomez in the defence. I'm with you there, James. That's a better one because you're keeping a defender where he's meant to be. You know what I mean? I don't want my defender being a DM for the day. I don't want my DM being a defender for the day. Calero, Gomez, Canati, Van Dijk, Robbo, Endo, McAllister, Spozzai, Dan's, not do. Yeah. I mean, that midfield three is probably our best midfield three. That midfield three is probably our best midfield, you know, for the rest of the season. When they're all fit, that's who I would play at this moment in time, Endo, McAllister, and Spozzai. Yeah, I like that lineup, James, because you're getting Gomez in the defence, and I like that. My whole worry, I don't mind Bobby Clark playing, by the way, guys. If Bobby Clark wants to play in midfield today, I ain't got actual problem with that. But I can't have him alongside Joe Gomez. Put a defender where he's meant to play. Stop this shoehorning stuff. Does my nutting. Just leave Joe Gomez in the back line. You know? Do you know what's mad? Here you go. Do you know what's mad, guys? Joe Gomez started in midfield in a Jurgen Klopp team before Trent did. I'm just throwing it out there. Joe Gomez started in midfield. We know Trent goes into midfield and he's come on as a substitute into midfield. I don't think Trent's ever started a game under Jurgen Klopp actually as a midfielder. But Joe Gomez did. That's mad. That's mad. Big up 90s Rover. Hi, Jamie. What do you think of the suggestion that Michael Wades also prefer the Sporting Lisbon manager? I'm all right with Ruben Amorim. For me, it's out of Alonso and Ruben Amorim. Then two, I'm cool with. Yeah, I'm cool. That fun now. Big up, my man. Big up. Mad, ain't it? Gomez is a new mill, even though the first half wasn't great. Hats off to Joey. Yeah, he got used to it. He got used to it. He did get used to it. There's no doubt about it. He did get used to it. All right. Joey G wouldn't start for me. We need him in versus City. Joey G has played a lot of games. Yeah, that is very true. I think Gomez has only missed one game in the last few months. Very, very true. Just seen Honesty's picture. Oh, I love it. Love it, Honesty. Love it. Interesting. It's got to be a look. As I said, we just got to win this game, guys. Just go out there, win the game, get the job done. Match finished. 3 points. We sit down and we watch the Manchester derby and we watch the rest of the football with our feet up. No matter what happens, no matter if City win and Arsenal win on Monday, we're still top of the Premier League. You know, and that's all that matters at the day. Liverpool just get their job done today, win the match, still top of the Premier League. Everyone else, it doesn't matter what anyone else does. That's why it's so important today to get this game won. Be a tough game because you know what Forest are going to do. They're going to sit back. They're going to sit back, back five, play counter-attack football. Liverpool got to be good in possession. And that's what worries me if we play Joe Gomez in midfield, because we've got to be good in possession today in that midfield area. Any loose passing, any spills, you know, Forest are going to be onto it and try and use their pace to counter-attack and get into them areas of the pitch, a bit like Southampton did. So that's my only worry there with Joe Gomez playing. But yeah, I think this will be a difficult game, but I'm going for a 3-1 Liverpool win. I think if Liverpool get the opening goal, I think Liverpool coast to a nice, comfortable victory. So I'm going 3-1 Liverpool. I think Liverpool are still on a real high at the moment. After the cup win, after the Southampton win, I think Liverpool are on a proper high. So they go out there, get the victory, get the game won. 3-1. That's what I'm going with, guys. And it'd be interesting to see the team, man. Be interesting to see the team. Bobby Clark plays. I think he'll play well. I've got no problem. No problem. Bobby Clark plays. It's just the Joe Gomez factor playing in midfield for me. That's the only problem I have. But big up, guys. Thank you very much for joining me on your Saturday afternoon. I do appreciate it, guys. If you are watching the game, big up. Make sure you enjoy it, guys. I'll be back tonight with a match review. Thank you very much for joining me. Appreciate the love, guys. Enjoy your rest of your weekend. I'll see you again later. Bye-bye for now. Peace.